there's that. This is gonna be my, I'm saying a lot. This is gonna be my first video. I'm gonna tell you guys, kind of show you guys all the coloring books I have and all of my completed pages. As of right now, I started my coloring journey about 2018 or so, and I've colored off and on. Typically during times of more stress, I would color more, and then in times of less stress, I would color less. But back in October, I got back into it. I took a little break for a while, but now I've been using coloring to kind of help, and I just wanted to start a channel. Back in 2022, I was diagnosed with bipolar type 2, so it's played a huge role in my recovery in the past 2 years. So yeah, well, let's get into it. These are in no particular order. I'm just gonna kind of go through. They're in a little bit of order from some of my older books to some of my newer books. And then I'll do all my Kirby books at the end because I have a good amount of Kirby books. So here's this first book, Zendoodle Coloring Enchanting Gardens, and I'm not sure. There we go. Nicolette Corley is the artist, and it wasn't one of the first ones, but it was kind of early on. I remember getting this from Ollie's along with a set of colored pencils that were better quality than my Crayolas. I can't remember the name of them. Stokes, and I haven't been able to find them since. And they're pretty good quality. They're not Prismacolors, but so here's a book. Here's a page that I actually was working on a couple days ago with gel pens. So these are very Zendoodle-y, floral. And if you see any of these books, most of them probably have flip throughs, but if you've seen any of them that you want to flip through of, just let me know. Yeah, so it's very Zendoodle-y. Here's the page I started working on when I first got this book and those colored pencils. I also got a blender. I don't even know if I don't know. So the blender was over here on my desk, the blender pencil, but I got those colored pencils and a blender pencil, and not too bad considering I didn't really know anything about shading. I would like to go back and finish all of my work in progresses, but we'll see. So that's Zendoodle Coloring Enchanting Gardens, and it was by Nicolette Corley. I do like that book. Okay, now these are actually a set. Well, they weren't a set, but I got these from Walmart. They were actually like 50 cents a piece. When I first started, these were my first ones that when I first got into adult coloring back about 2018. I don't think there's no number or anything. You can see this first page. We'll talk about that one in a minute, but it talks about different colors, understanding color. Obviously I didn't use that very well for this one. Actually, I do think I tried to do this one. This was the color palette I went off, and I actually forgot that was in here. So here's this picture. I started out trying to use water-based markers, and I did not like the effect it was given. So then I went to good old Crayolas colored pencils. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. And so this was done in Crayolas. So this was done in Crayolas. Oh, I missed a spot. I'll never go back and do that. You can see I was trying to do some shading, so I had some darker areas and some lighter areas. And I would just use the back over here as my tested color. Same thing. I didn't have individual sheets. I didn't put backings. And this paper is actually pretty good quality for being a 50 cent book. So you can see I was trying some shading. I remember being really proud of this one, but a background would have been nice. Let me move these. It's sliding around a lot. And back then I thought I had to go, when I first got these books, I thought I had to go in order from front to back. So that's why I'm just kind of flipping. I really liked this one too. This one was okay. I'm not sure what I did with the background. I think I was just kind of tired of it. So I just got to it's black. This one I remember being proud of, especially because I tried to shade. You can see there, and you can see some of these others. So I tried to shade right there. Let's see. Oh, I skipped a page. All of those were color pencils. This was actually watercolors. I was just goofing around with the watercolors. Colored pencils, watercolors. And I was actually going to go back in with a pen and go over the lines on that, and I still might do that. This is turning into a flip through. Okay, that one. Oh, I didn't do this one. My nephew is actually working on that page. I think that's everything. It's color art, Ocean Wonders for Everyone. There's not, is there? No, there's just Leisure Arts. Leisure Arts. Okay, and so I got another one of those. This one, I can take my tabs out. I'll take them out as we go. This one, it was the same way. I started from the beginning. And I just kind of went through. These were with Crayola colored pencils. That one's really bright. And I would just sit and watch TV and just color mindlessly. I like this one. But I would watch TV. I've watched a lot of Doctor Who, The 100, and I would just color for long stretches of time. It would kind of help keep my mind off of whatever was going on. I was in a pretty bad work situation at the time. Luckily, I'm in a much better place now. So I'm using that for color coordination, color picking. That's just goofy to me. This one, which I don't think I didn't really finish that one out because I was gonna go with the blue and then I got tired of it. I started this one. I think that's the last one. I only had a few pages left in this book. I lost one. I'm not sure what happened to that one. And then it talked about shading, colored pencil and marker, and it had the color at the front too. Same thing. It's Kaleidoscope Wonders for Everyone, Leisure Arts. Hopefully this isn't moving around too much. Alright, Floral Wonders Color Art. I don't think I did any in this book. No, I didn't do any in this book. Still just kind of the same wallpaper type. Mindless coloring. I might go back and do some in that one, or I might just give it away. Alright, so here's another one, Living Wonders. Let's see. I've done a couple in here. Not many, but it's that same style. Wallpaper. So I started this horse in gel pen. Yeah, those gel pens, you can see on this side. I was struggling with those gel pens. And so I got frustrated with it and just left it. I think it would turn out pretty good though. I did this in watercolor. I was just playing around with some watercolor. Like the cheap watercolors you get from like the sets at Christmas. And then this page. This one isn't too bad. There's straight coloring though. No shading, just straight coloring. And it has that information in the front and back as well. Okay, alright, so that's all of those. These next two books actually were a more recent purchase. These were probably in 2022. I got these when I was in therapy. And it's Dana Fox, Watercolor with Me in the Forest, And then Watercolor with Me in the Jungle. I got this one actually on clearance. I got these from Hobby Lobby. But the Jungle one, I haven't done any in. But these are really cool. I consider them coloring books. Some people may not, but so like they have a little bit of the line art kind of sketched out, and then it tells you and guides you through how to. I hit the camera. Oh, it's moving a lot. But it guides you through how to actually complete those. So that one's Watercolor with Me in the Jungle, Dana Fox. And then I have In the Forest. I really want the ocean one, but I wasn't able to find it that day. So it gives you some techniques here in the front. And you have like wet on dry, wet on wet, painting fur, ink, and wash. It tells you the color chart, and so I actually made a little palette. Oh, you can't see that. I actually made a little palette that has those colors, and you can see where I was trying to match up because I had to mix some of those. And then here's a practice. So they gave you the green, and then I practiced with the purple. And let's see, this first one was acorns. And a caterpillar, kind of smeared, which is unfortunate, but it didn't turn out too bad. The fern, I really like the fern. That one turned out pretty good. The ladybug. I like the ladybug also. Clover, that one was okay. I struggled with the lines. I don't know if I had a small enough of a brush. Flowers, I didn't finish, so you have all this extra shading and stuff because you're supposed to let it dry and then come back to it, but I did not. Or I guess you didn't have to let it dry. It just says using darker shade. Finish as you see fit. Maybe I'll come back to it. And then that was the last one. So yeah, I didn't come back to it, but I probably will. I really like this book. So they have all different techniques. Squirrel, that one would be nice to do. And then you have practice for fur. Oh, little Bambi. Ooh. A rainbow leaf. Okay. So yeah, Watercolor with Me in the Forest. This is gonna be kind of a long video. Then I have my one color. I got these also in 2022 when I was in therapy. I would sit in therapy and do these. I would sit in group. And so let's see what we have. These are ones where you've got dots and lines and you just color with the dots and lines. And I would just go from the front in these. That one, I really like how that one turned out. Got a horse. I actually just finished this one up a few days ago. And then so that's kind of what they look like. So one color, this was volume 1, Dots and Lines Animals. Then I got volume 2, Dots and Line Landscapes. But I don't think I finished any in this one. Let's see. Oh, there's a list in the front. Yeah. I should probably keep the stickers on my whips, but I think I know what color this is. I know what set of markers it's from because I do have a couple different sets, but maybe I'll go back and finish it. I know I was getting frustrated with that marker because I had just gotten it. It was really juicy. And you can see it was like bleeding all over the place. And then I have one color, Wildlife. Let's see, I've done several on this one. I remember this is the one I was taking to therapy. And I would sit there and scroll over. Most of these are done in marker. There's a couple I think that I did in What did I do those in? I don't remember. What is this one? Oh, it's an elephant. I see it. The tusk there, the trunk. I'm still not sure about this. Oh, there you go. It's a squirrel. I've never actually been able to see that one until right now on the camera. This one is an owl. This is the one where I did in Twistables, Crayola Twistables. This one also is Crayola Twistables, so I didn't finish it. I think that was it. Okay, so those are my one color books. Okay. Here's another book that I got from Ollie's with that first book and those colored pencils, Coloring for Tranquility. I've done a bit of with this. Oh, here's one. I've just kind of started that with Crayola Twistables. You can see I was trying to do a little bit of shading. Okay. This one I remember sitting in the floor, laying in the floor, actually, of the gym. And I would, during lunch, I would lay on the floor and just kind of do a little bit every day. Maybe I'll go back and finish. This could be pretty healing though, going back and finishing all my whips. This is another one of those books that is just like wallpaper after wallpaper. And this is a chunky book too, so there's a lot in there. So let's see. Oh, I like that one. That would be nice to do, I think, in some watercolor. Here lately, I've really gotten into alcohol markers. Not really shading or anything, but just alcohol markers. That was pencils, colored pencils. This actually was, I think this was before that Ollie's. Came from, oh, this one may have come from Big Lots. I don't think it came from Ollie's. I don't remember. I like this one. I think this one could look really cool. I've kind of steered away from the more wallpaper type stuff, but looking at these, I think they might be good. Okay, so yeah, this was straight Crayolas. So this was before I got those other colored pencils. I like how this one was turning out, actually. I don't know why I quit. There's another one. And these colored pencils actually came from a little art set where you get like the colored pencils, the watercolor, the markers, and these were markers, wherever that bright one, that one. These were markers also from that same set. But yeah, some of these are really cool. I would love to do those butterflies. This one, I was so bad with how this one was turning out. I had a vision at first. I was like, oh, I'll do all these different flags. And I hated the way it was turning out. I tried to put some watercolor over some of them, and I don't think I'll ever come back to that one. And this one, I was using those colored pencils I got, the Stokes colored pencils and a blender, but I don't know, yellow, orange, green, purple and green, black and orange. So my color combinations, I mean, I like it though. It's not that terrible. So that's Color for Tranquility. It doesn't really have an artist. It's Paragon. And these one color, these were Amazon printed. I'm not sure who. Bright Ideas Publishing. I may break this up into two. I'm not sure. This was another one I got in 2022. It's just mandalas. And when I first got it, I was like, oh, I'll do like a mandala May and do one a day, or, you know, work through this book as much as I can in May. You'll see in a minute how far I got. Yeah, there's some more intricate ones, and then there's some more basic ones. Oh, I didn't even tag that one. I did this one really recently, so like last weekend I did this one. I just grabbed a marker, colored, grabbed a marker. I didn't pay attention to matching anything. I just grabbed a color and marker and colored. So see, some of these are more simpler. Let's see. Okay. This. So this is actually where I ended up. So that when I got these back in that May, I started here at the beginning. I did some little testing up here. I started here at the beginning. I did Crayolas. I used Crayolas for this one. This one I just used pen, like ballpoint pen. It looks really scratchy and sketchy. I actually kind of like it, even though it looks really messy. This one was in Crayola Super Tips. I didn't feel like doing the individual pieces, so I just kind of. This one was in a mixture of Sharpies and an Amazon branded Sharpie. But I had started this one, and then I came back to it a couple weekends ago, and all along here, and you can still see, I had tested out on the page. So I got a Sharpie, a bigger Sharpie, and I tried to do the background. Well, that Sharpie was dying, as you can see. And then so in the corner, I tried to do another alcohol marker. That alcohol marker was also dying. So maybe I'll go back over it with acrylic paint because I really do like this one. I like how it turned out. So maybe I can go over it with some black acrylic paint. And then I started this one with alcohol markers. And that's all I've done in that book. Maybe in May, maybe this May I'll get to it and do mandalas in May or something like that. And this one, I thought it was Jade Summer, but it was just creative mandala. All right, that one was in 2022. Now I have my Creative Havens. I have several of these. My Creative Havens. So this first one I have, these first two right here, these are actually really thick compared to my other ones. These are older ones that I got in like probably about 2018. Let me see what the date is on these. The date, 2008, 12, and 14. But I'm pretty sure I got these in 2018. This one was manufactured in 2015. Maybe it was 2016 when I got these. I'm not sure. But this is also when I was going front to back. So I started with Crayolas, more Crayolas. This, I tried pins, like little felt tip pins. I know I have them over here. That was not going very well. I may actually rip this page out. And I thought there was one more that I had done in here, but I guess not. It's just different paisley designs. Just still that similar style, that wallpaper type style. So there's that one. And if you want to see a flip through of anything of these, just let me know which one and I can do that. And then we have Mindy Designs. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It was Dover Publications. What was this other? Paisley, was that one also? That was also Dover Publications. Or are all Creative Haven Dover Publications? They are. I'm learning. So, did that one. These were done in Crayolas. Back on the screen. I like this butterfly. Still with the testing on the other side of the page. I guess I didn't know what copy paper was or blank paper. And then, oh, there's one that I started right there. I think that's Crayolas. It might be, that might be that. It looks a little smoother than Crayolas. That might be that other brand. And I feel like I might have another page back here. Yeah. Oh, I remember this one. I was really happy about this one. I cracked the spine really well. Oops. I was happy about this one. I could have done some more shading on the hand, but I like this one in the background here. But oh, there's more. There's more in here than I thought there was. That was felt tip pins that I tried to start that with. I don't like coloring with those felt tip pens. They're from Amazon, and oh, I like that elephant. I might have to do that elephant and tag that, actually. I like that elephant. Okay. So those I got. Those are older books. And then I got these, all three of these actually, in the fall. So fall of 2024. So this one is Adorable Dogs by Porter? Yeah, Angela Porter. Adorable Dogs. And so she's got little dogs doing different things. This is still pretty diddly. Oh my gosh. Okay, I know what this picture is. Don't laugh at me. I was testing out oil pastels. I did not like it. And I was getting frustrated. So then I finished the rest of it just with alcohol markers. Yeah, we'll just keep going. Yeah, I started this one with those felt tip pen. I don't know why I keep going back to those, and I don't like them. Oh, this one. Okay. So this one was a date night. But you can call it a buddy color if you want to, with my boyfriend and I. When I first got this book, so I did this one in a mixture of alcohol markers, Sharpie markers, and then he did his page with gel pens. And that was in the fall that we did those. I like this one, the little submarine. I think that was really cute. And I might end up splitting this into two. So I've been doing this one with Crayolas. Crayolas, I've done a little, you can see a little bit of shading. I don't think I did any shading on this one, just straight colored. But I just kind of go and do one at a time. This one's cute, live, laugh, oof. Little weenie dogs. A birthday party. This one I started with Crayolas. I didn't like the colors I picked. But I might go back and finish it. I might do that as a series. Finish all of my whips. Have you guys hold me accountable to finishing those. That's Adorable Dogs, Angela Porter. Oh, you can't see that. Angela Porter. My background is shifting. I need to get a good background. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know what would be a good. I just have a blanket today because my desk is pretty rough. So here's another one of these Creative Havens. This one is Plant Mom, Joe Taylor. And I got this one about the same time I got my first set of alcohol markers. They were just a Hobby Lobby brand. I think it's Master's Touch. So, what happened to my stickers? I had a stack of stickers here. I must have dropped them. Okay, so Plant Mom, Joe Taylor. And I just started at the beginning, straight coloring. Just patchy. I'd never used alcohol markers before. This was in the fall. This one was actually a mixture of those alcohol markers and a couple Sharpies. This was a couple weekends ago I started it. I didn't like how it was turning out. This one I just did a couple weeks ago. You can see my line where it's okay. This one I was doing with my niece and nephew. They were coloring in other coloring books, and I was working on this one, and I was really proud of that giraffe. I was working on some shading. All of these are in Crayola except for the elephant. I thought I would try and base it with alcohol marker and then go over it in the color pencil. I did something wrong because it's really scratchy. This is supposed to be a panda, but I didn't do the ears. But I really like this coloring book. I like plants. My oh, it's all mushrooms. But I'm a teacher, and I'm a science teacher, and my first master's degree was actually in botany. I did plant genetics, And let me take these tags out real quick. I did plant genetics, and so my first love, botany. Anything plants, love it. All right, and then here's a Teresa Goodridge Autumn Harvest. I picked this one up from Amazon actually, simply because I had seen it all over YouTube and I wanted to color in it, and then I colored a page and a half. I really like this book, so hopefully this fall I can do some more in it. So I did this one with my alcohol markers. And actually I think these are some watercolor paints that my mom had got me. They were metallic or shimmer. I didn't do that great a job with them, but I was testing them out. And then this one was with those, oh, there's my, I got distracted. This one was with those Stokes colored pencils. They blend actually really well. You can see down here. I was trying my hand at highlights and blending. I kind of, for the rest of it, I kind of just straight color. Well, not on the tree. I did some blending. I did. I was trying. It wouldn't take much for me to go back and finish this. I think I was getting tired of doing the background. It wouldn't take much, but I'll probably won't do it until the fall. I love the fall time. It's my favorite time of year. Summer, I have a hard time in summer, so that's one of the reasons why I'm starting this channel, is to kind of help me out once it becomes summer, because as a teacher, I am out on summer. I have summer break, and so during summer I usually have really bad episodes. So hopefully this summer I can, you know, do YouTube, I can color, and we'll see how that goes. This one was one I got probably about 2021 is when I got this one. I got it from BJ's. I was about to say Sam's Club, but BJ's is another thing like Sam's Club, Costco. It's a large print, happiness colored by number. And so it has all these pictures, and I started this one, I never finished this one. I actually was using gouache, and I liked the effect that it had, and I liked the texture of it. So I did that one. The first one I did was actually in colored pencils, and we'll get to that one. But I really like how the gouache did in here. I mean, I could have blended it better, I'm sure, but this one, I ripped this out. I'm not sure why I ripped it out. Is that gouache? Yep, that's gouache. I like this one. Oh, excuse me. I'm not sure if you guys could hear that. This one, I really like this one too. And it makes the paper a little crinkly, but I kind of like that. This one, I didn't care for this one that much. I don't know if it was the black, if it was the colors that I mixed. That you could see the numbers through the yellow. I didn't really care for that one. This one I never got finished. I ended up going into treatment when I was working on that one, I remember. And I never got to finish it. This one, I was also really proud of this one. I liked the way it turned out. And you can see my transition color, well, right here was pretty good. And let's see what else we have. This one I took a little more of a loose hand with it. I wasn't taking the stickers out. Let's see. This one, and actually I need to go back in on this one. I had a Sharpie, a fine Sharpie, and I was going over the lines. I like how that was looking. I need to go back and finish that. We have, this was the first one I did, and actually I didn't finish it. It was on a camping trip that I took, and I had Crayolas, and I remember working on this during that camping trip, but I never finished it. It wouldn't be that hard, it's just that background. I think I got tired of doing the background. But yeah, I think that's everything for this book. Is there something? Oh no, there's a couple more. So I have this lady, Ivy lady, and then This one, I'm not gonna come back to this one. I don't like it. I don't like how her skin is pink. Something about this page I don't like it. So I don't think I'm gonna come back to that one, even as like a work with me. I showed you guys that one. And I'm gonna look and see who the author was on this one. I'm not sure if there's Thunder Bay Press. Yeah, 2021, that's when I got it. There was another one, but that I got also, but I gave that one away. Yeah, it doesn't really have an author or artist. Okay. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to stop it here or if I want to I don't know if I want to stop it here. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop it here and maybe do a second episode. Alright, so thank you guys for watching my coloring book collection. I have one more video with all of my Johanna Basford and my Kirby Rosanes books. And there's a lot of whips in those. And there were more completed in this than I thought there would be. But I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. Bye!